Welcome back to Naruto Anime Re-Review Part 8. This one is discussing the Search for Tsunade arc. Yeah, this one covers in the anime episodes 81 to 100, though there's actually about a couple of filler episodes in this one. Actually, more like one. Yeah, one filler episode. And it covers the manga, chapters 139 to 171. Yeah, this covered roughly about 4 books in the manga. It was really quick. Yeah, even the anime, this felt really quick of an arc. Mostly put for this arc, it's basically an aftermath of what happened with Konoha Crush. The thing starts off basically where, yeah, the elders making technically their second appearance in the series, talking to Jiraiya, telling him that thanks to emergency meeting, he's been selected as 5th Kage. He's like, pass. I have no desire for it at all. And like, we need a legendary, we need a signing to basically take over the position. Since Orochimaru can't be it, and if you, then who else? He says, well, there's one more signing. And he's like, Tsunade. So I'll go look for it. He's like, okay, we'll send some Armor Black Ops escort you. He's like, nah, I don't need the escort. I know one ninja I want to take one ninja with me. And the ninjas have to be Naruto. Yep, Naruto. So, like, he doesn't know exactly, like, oh, I'm going to basically search for this particular woman. Yes. Sorry about this. I'm just basically putting my laptop forward. Yeah. So pretty much with that. So yeah. So basically, help with special medical. They think it's just some research. No, it's just for a particular woman. And what gets Naruto on board is he tried promised to teach him a special new jutsu. Of course, he agrees. Now, in the case where everyone else is up to, they're basically training. Rock Lee is still recovering from his wounds, from his basically injuries that Gar gave to him back in the tuning exam. So, they go searching for her. Though, in the case of Tsunade herself, she doesn't show up until about 5 episodes into her own search arc. And I should point out, though, her appearance never changes the entire series. Yes, her general appearance. Basically wearing this, like, grayish outfit with the green coat. The coat she takes on and off a lot in the series, but she's always got blonde hair. And the thing is, she's the same age as Jiraiya. She's 50. But she looks like she's in her 20s. Now, the reason why she does that, because she's got a jutsu that she performs. Also thanks to a special diamond in her forehead. Yep. So, they go searching for her, and they're not the only one who goes searching for her. Oh, yes. Yeah, this will take just a minute. Just answer my text message. Okay, yes. So, the reason why Orochimaru is here because there's still the cursed jutsu in his arms. Yes, and in case you're curious though, he is never able to cast a jutsu again. He's not even barely move his fingers. He can basically touch stuff, but he can't move his fingers, move hand signs. This is like this for a long time. His arms are still purple, so basically cover it up. Okay, yeah. So Orochimaru basically looks for with Kabuto. Of course, you see Kabuto first time with Ninja Hime having the musical sign up, basically the village and the sound. So they go off searching for her. They spend some time in this town. They also run into a Chonin, formerly of the Hidden Stone Village. Yep. Now they go to this one town to search for clues for Tsunade while he, of course, hitting a bunch of women. He, of course, they can't find Tsunade. Of course, to be here for a few days. Now, the jutsu he's going to teach him is the Rasengan. Yep, this arc is the first appearance of this particular jutsu. It's pretty much Naruto's signature go-to jutsu that he uses for pretty much the entire series. He uses a lot more than another jutsu he develops in Shippuden. He uses this move a lot. He even uses it as recent as the film The Last. Now, does he use it in Boruto? Yes. Yes, he does. He used it in the tuning exam arc they had in the series, and they even use it as recent as I think it was one of the more recent chapters of the manga. But he's used it a couple times in the manga, because the reason why he uses it very much is because he's Hokage and he's not the main character in the series anymore. It's his son. Though he does basically, his son uses it frequently. Mostly it's his son Boruto and Konohamaru uses it. Yeah, Konohamaru learned it in Shippuden. So it takes Naruto a while to perfect it. It takes him about 5 or 6 episodes to finally perfect the damn thing. He doesn't finally perfect it until he uses it against Kabuto. So they eventually just find Tsunade just by sheer coincidence when Orochimaru just happened to find her first at a castle that they need to visit. And apparently she got this after having good luck charm. Apparently winning is apparently a bad omen for her. So that's why she keeps losing a lot of money. So it's like, okay, he wants her to basically heal his arm. In exchange, he'll bring back her dead boyfriend and her dead brother. And then when he meets up with her in a week, of course, in a week of time, Naruto perfects his jutsu on her after was basically, well, I should also point out, though, this is the first time we see the encounter between Itachi and Sasuke. While they're searching, before Naruto meets up with Tsunade, he's in a hotel. Sasuke overhears that now Itachi was basically in the village with his partner Kasumi. Well, it's the debut of his sword, Shark Scale, which apparently it's a sword to each chakra. So basically, Akashi becomes the first of 2 people under the American Shogun who gets affected by it. And he gets sort of defeated, but thanks to Guy showing up and basically first Kakashi tells Kurenai and Tashima to close their eyes. Guy's like, okay, you can open your eyes, but look at the ground, don't look at his eyes, and we'll get away, take him to the hospital, and they leave. Really interesting brief battle, especially seeing all 4 Jonin instructors taking on, well, taking on 2 rogue ninja and surviving. They, of course, do find Naruto. They also come with him. And then, of course, Sasuke shows up. He's like, and Kasumi asks the obvious question that some people may ask, like, he looks like a Sasuke. Like, hey, Itachi, who is this kid? He's like, he's my kid brother. He looks like you. That's done on purpose. They also briefly in flashback, like what happened when Sasuke came right after the events just as soon as the massacre was happening, when Itachi already murdered his parents and basically people he knew when he was younger. They kind of show like small little details of the Shan Clan massacre. They don't show in full detail until the final season of Shippuden. Yeah. So he used to try to use the Jiraiya on him, but he blocks it. Also damages the building as well. And then thanks to Jiraiya showing up, who was basically charmed by a woman in her genjutsu. Trap him before they... Now, Itachi put him on the American Shuriken, basically having relived the death of his parents over and over again. And of course, Itachi also beat the crap out of him. And Sasuke telling Naruto, don't interfere with this. He has a rematch with him in Shippuden, where he actually wins. But I'll discuss more when I touch the Sasuke Pursuit arc. So Itachi is now Sasuke is injured, but thanks to Jiraiya showing up, put everybody in the Toad stomach, and basically Itachi and Kasumi getting out of Toad stomach, they're not seen again in the series after this. Nope, after this particular little bit, they disappear. They're not seen again until Shippuden, where they're seen a lot more. Now, this is also the first mention of the Akatsuki in the series. They are the first two members shown in this series. There is one more shown after the events of the Sasuke Retrieval arc, but yeah, these two are the only ones shown in this series. And the other one's basically that Naruto encounters. He doesn't encounter the other one until much later in the series. Yep, they mentioned about their basically mercenary organization, the origin surrounding mystery, the origin actually explains Shippuden. Yeah, so pretty much it's like the purpose of the Akatsuki is set them up for, well, their role in the second half of the series. That's the whole purpose of being here. And it's also that Orochimaru used to be part of this organization as well, but he left. And the reason why he left was because of Itachi. Yep, Itachi is the reason why he left. So, then, of course, right after that, of course, with Kakashi out and Sasuke out, they go look for the special medical ninja. Of course, Guy shows up, thinking and accidentally kicks Dry in the face, but he apologized for it. Though he's able to forgive him because, well, he was one of the four Hokage students. And the reason, and Jiraiya reveals the reason why that by Naruto gets to look exactly like the fourth Hokage. The reason for that, because he's the fourth Hokage's son. Though Naruto doesn't know that yet. He doesn't know until the pain arc when he finds out that he's the fourth Hokage's son. Yep. Though Kakashi knows, yeah, that's actually revealed in the later series that he does know that he's the fourth Hokage's son. So, at the fight Tsunade, they tell her that she's named the fourth Hokage. She declines at first, but he's like, I'm going to stay here until you say yes. So, and of course, well, Naruto knew about the Hokage being killed. He did not know that Orochimaru was the one who killed him. Nope. He had no idea. Now, Tsunade knew because Orochimaru told her. And then, of course, they fought. They had this big, like, three-way deadlock between the three of them where... Now, the thing is, even though that Orochimaru can't cast jutsu, he can sort of use a summoning in a way, thanks to help from Kabuto. Summon his giant snake Mandara. Tsunade, of course, summons her Slug, and Jiraiya takes a while to summon the boss Toad because Tsunade drugged him. Though Naruto's able to protect her, and he's out after he gets beaten up by Kabuto. He's able to, well, he also hits Kabuto with his perfected Rasengan. Though Kabuto is able to survive, barely, but thanks to Naruto's, thanks to the chakra that was used by the, well, by the Nine-Tailed Fox. This is also the return of Gamakachi and his brother, the one with the yellow frog. Yeah, he returned this arc. Yep, they return. Now, Gamakachi, this is technically his second appearance in the series. His little brother, that's his first appearance. After this, as far as I know, they do show up again in the filler episodes, but they don't show up in the next arc. Nope, they're absent. They show up in filler episodes along with Boss Toad. And eventually, the snake gets defeated by being stabbed in the frickin' head. Also with a hole in his mouth. Orochimaru and Kabuto get away. Of course, Tsunade agrees to become the fifth Hokage. Of course, she had also been stabbed multiple times by the grass sword. And this is the last time you see the grass sword, because as far as I know, this sword never appears ever again in the series, because this is the last time you see it, because for some reason, Orochimaru never bothers to use the damn thing again. I don't know what happened to it. He just stopped using it after this arc, because he doesn't use it in the filler episodes, because Naruto doesn't really counter him. He basically gets close, but doesn't really fight him. In the case of Shippuden, he never uses it at all. This is the last time you see the grass sword, and, well, takes like a day or two. It's like, of course, she agrees to become fifth Hokage. And she's like, okay, I'll become fifth Hokage, but after we rest up. And then, of course, well, she had also given him his necklace because it was a bet they made for if he could pay for a single week, he gets the necklace. Of course, he does, and he keeps it. Yep, he keeps it. He keeps it underneath his clothes, mind you. He doesn't. It actually stays around his neck for a long time. It's not until the pain arc was finally destroyed. Yeah, a long time he keeps this particular necklace. Though thanks to his necklace is later revealed because this was actually originally a gift given. It was actually something that the first Hokage had, that she had given first to her little brother and then her boyfriend Dan, who was actually Suzune's uncle. Yeah, there's also first appearance of Suzune. Yeah, she becomes a big character over the course of the series, though she becomes more like she needs to know everything in Shippuden. Yeah, I'm not sure why the writing changed for her in Shippuden. It made no freaking sense at all. hmm Yep. Though when she comes back to the village, like after she does the whole stuff with the elders, like come on, let's go. Yeah, of course she also kind of forgot she was there just to help Kakashi and Sasuke and Rock Lee. So first she goes to see Sasuke. It's like okay, like heals him up, no problem. Sakura is very happy. Of course, this is the first time Sakura meets Tsunade. Of course, she becomes more effective toward her after the events of the next arc. After Sasuke healed up, and then of course Tsunade meets up with Kakashi. It's like Kakashi, you were such a disgrace. Yep. Yeah, and then of course she goes visit Rock Lee, and then of course before she begins her examination of him, like Naruto has got some stuff to do with Konohamaru. Though, thanks to Tsunade makes a diagnosis on Rock Lee. It's like unless he gets surgery, he can't become a ninja ever again. It's 50 chance to survival. Though, thanks to what episode 59, she's able to do this. Well, Konohamaru, who's actually upset the fact that Tsunade is now the new Hokage, and people think might forget about her, forget about his grandfather. This also Tsunade also meets for the first time not only Sasuke and Sakura, she also meets Shikamaru for the first time, and she, of course, meets up with Sakura and of course Shikamaru's father. Yeah, which apparently, oh yeah, you're the kid from Nara clan. Yeah, she does remember. Yeah, now he's not blushing at it, but. Yeah, and of course, I love Shikamaru's father's conversation. Like, this conversation they have about women makes total sense. Yeah, his says, without women, we wouldn't exist. Yeah, and he's right about that. Yep. Yeah, and of course, Shikamaru's like, women are such a drag. Yeah, and of course, when Naruto meets up with Shikamaru, he's like, I thought you was sleeping by now. Because Shikamaru is lazy. Because that's the way he is. Though his son is not lazy. No, Shikadai is not lazy. He takes his ninja skills very seriously. Though he's not lazy when it comes to his marriage. When he gets married later on in the series. Yep, and then thanks to, Konohamaru in the very next episode after Tsunade arrives village, he barricades himself in the Hokage's office. Though when Tsunade first arrives in there, it's pretty much how it is when the third Hokage was there, basically on the floor. She probably didn't like that very much, so she's like, put a desk in here. I'm not gonna sit on the damn floor. Yeah, she basically has a desk, and the desk stays there. Yes. She gets desk in the office, and just stays there up until present day, when Naruto sits at it. Yes. I'm not sure why the third Hokage had a thing for not having a desk. That was a strange thing about him, because when the fourth Hokage was there, because showing a flashback in Shippuden, he actually had an actual desk he worked at. While in the case of Hokage, he never had a desk at all for some reason. I don't know why. So, also when Konohamaru first meets Tsunade, he basically is kind of pervy and rubs his face into Tsunade's chest. She, of course, doesn't mind it at all. This might make he's a bit rude to her, but she doesn't mind. Apparently, it's implied she doesn't mind the fact that an 8-year-old boy just rubbed his face into her chest. Though this 8-year-old boy happens to be her teacher's grandson. Yep. Oh, and a little strange thing about her jutsu. When she goes back to her old lady form, you never see her face whenever she's an old lady. Nope. You see her arm, but you never see her face. That's what I thought was quite strange about that. Like, really? You don't bother to show what her face looks like as an old lady, but you do show her arm? Yes, that was something that's a recurring trope when it comes to Tsunade. You never see what her face actually looks like when she's in her actual age, not act like she's in her freaking 20s. Yep. And by episode 100, she basically thinks she's some research and some things she's done. She had figured out that there is a 50% chance that Rock Lee will survive the surgery. Rock Lee, and of course, episode 100 is simply Rock Lee's decision to go through surgery, and thanks to some flashback of when they were at the first met. When he first met Guy, and of course some training with him, and of course there's a flashback of a bet that Guy made with with Kakashi, where if he loses, he does a 5,000 laps around the village on his hands, walking on his hands. There's a funny thing later on where he actually does this, and he has Tenten sit on top of his feet, which I thought was so funny when they showed this later on. Yep, and then of course, thanks to finishing up research, that they proved that 50% chance that Rock Lee will have a surgery, and then the episode ends with her officially becoming the fifth Hokage. And she stays fifth Hokage for pretty much most of the rest of the series. Yeah, she steps out after the events of the last arc of the series, where she hands it off to Kakashi. Yep, because he was already selected to be her. Like, she didn't pick him as her successor. He was already picked for her by the elders. But yeah, this was a good arc, and good some stuff set up for. Now, I should point out though, Sasuke, starting with this episode, goes back to his original look. Now, the reason why for that was because Kishimoto found his new look that he got toward the end of the tuning exam, the way he had also Corner Crush and this arc. He found this look to be too difficult to draw, so he went back to the original look that people think of when people think of Sasuke in Part 1. So he goes back this look, and he has this look for the rest. He pretty much has this for the next arc and the last canon arc of the series, because after that he's never seen it again. The only time we see him in this particular arc is off in Shippuden is in flashbacks of pictures. Yep. So otherwise though, that's it for this particular review. These are my reviews for one more review today for Naruto. And case closed. Will there be enough freezing done today? Maybe. Just maybe, okay? See you next video. Bye.